Welcome everyone to not delay too long. Welcome back to the channel. Dueling Beard here with the one, the only local legend OG with his unstoppable, low budget Fire King Dogmatica, no wanted engine needed deck. He'll just take us through the main deck, the side deck, extra deck, and we'll just have some discussion, like some highly in depth. Something about most of my God, can't get over my own tongue. Uh, Discuss like his matchups, anything he would change in the future, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll just let him take over because he is the man of the hour and he did all the work while I'm here just leeching. So let's get this going.
Hey, thanks for having me on again, man. This
Hey,
is fun.
thanks for doing
Um,
this, bro.
no problem. Also, you won the battle, but not the war, dude.
Yeah,
So your
yeah.
last video can come off. It's done. All right,
You'll get first place as long as I'm not there with the branded best deck, bro.
all right, let's get into it, man. Real quick. So I'll run through the main deck, kind of quick, and obviously you could see it, but I'll go into
Yeah,
some detail
you
after.
could just like zoom through it and then we'll
Yep.
just discuss like card choices and stuff after. Like
You can ask me
I can
those
ask you.
questions.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
So, all right. So obviously you gotta play the three Fenrirs. I think every deck should be called a Fenrir deck from
Yeah,
now
yeah,
on.
yeah. Fender Turbo.
So yeah, Fenrir Turbo. So he's just too good, and I just got my third copy, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Um, you could see big hand trap count. So we got two nibs, three ashes. Did the three ashes because it's a fire. Two drolls, one crow, one bell, and down here we got the three imperms. You're probably wondering why I'm running one DD crow in the main. I will show you that, talk about it. The Dogmatica engine, super small, honestly. It's just Flare-de-Lis, Maximus, and three Nadir Servants. So 5 card engine, amazing. We dropped down the Arvada to 1, just because this deck is reliant on normal summoning the Ponix.
Hmm.
So the Arvada is kind of a brick if you run more than one Arvada or the Tenkies. So that's just a no-go in this deck. Um, one Barong, amazing, the GOAT. And this guy is just God card. These next cards are just God cards. Kieran,
Custom
Onyx,
cards. Yeah.
yeah, and two Garunics, just amazing, amazing. That is Fire Kings, not that, Snake Eye bullshit.
Hmm.
Um,
Level one turbo.
yeah, no, 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 we don't do that. Um, we don't let Konami have the satisfaction of us buying that because we don't need it,
You
bro.
can't
We
have
don't
me
need it. We
money.
don't need it. Um, so next, the best card, the entire tournament. I will probably, honestly, depending on the format, but will not be taking this card out if my build is like this. It's insane. It's insane. This is like I win. Good luck. Um, Played two talents. Wasn't really too happy with it. Came up, it did, but uh, thought it would be better.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people played around it, and I was like, man, I wish I could have had two other better cards than this. Um, we'll fix it up if needed. I played the 2-and-2 ratio,
Would you
Sanctuary, and
cut it
the
to 41 and not run 43, or would you try to replace it?
It's actually a good idea. I did do the calculator to just see roughly, what my percentage starters would be, what percentage uh, the flex cards, and what percentage the hand trap count would be. So I kind of like the 43. I wasn't, but I'm open to, taking out two cards, running it at
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
41. No problem. So it didn't make too much of a difference. Um, Run the one Skyburn. This card is just amazing. I cannot believe people don't run this. I honestly wish I could run two. It's really good. The kind of somewhat flex spots are one Instant Fusion, one Sack Buy, and one 1-for-1. Also, people are not playing 1-for-1. I don't know why. I mean, it's
It's
Yu-Gi-Oh
not
players,
$100,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh players. They're like, oh, I have to discard a card. I have to discard a monster.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, but that's your engine, and
Yeah,
if
the other
they,
one, the
uh,
Snake Eyes does it too. He just does it from
yeah,
field, which is
literally,
worse.
Exactly. So, yeah, the card's great. When you see it, you're just like, okay, great, free Ponix. Um, going back to the Crow, we're running it because if you do, the point of the Deer Servant is to get the Ponix. I'll show that in a minute. If you hard draw the Ponix and then Deer Servant, and you don't want to use your extra deck because this deck really doesn't need it, I'll
Mm.
show you that as well. But um, you get a free search of a DD Crow.
Hey,
A,
no, that's nice. DD Crow carries in this format.
it's great. I made one misplay, but if I was a smart Yu-Gi-Oh player, I would have just won 2-0 instead of 2-1. But the Crow did that. So, anyways, the imperms I kind of already talked about. The side deck, I'll go through it real quick. Two Tops. I felt like it went really well with the Fenrir going second. Um, Came up here and there, nothing too crazy, but I
Yeah.
liked it. Evenly matched was really good. Um, it's evenly matched. As much as people say, I can play into evenly. Okay, buddy, good luck. We'll see. Um, the summon limit, this was kind of, I wanted to test it because I genuinely in this build don't summon much. It's not the Snake Eye, the wanted turbo where you're just, link climbing and going into all this crazy stuff. It's just, Fire Kings. Here are these big beat sticks that never go away, and good luck. Um, didn't
Did
come
you
up
wish it
though.
was something else?
Uh, I wish I actually saw it in
Oh, you
one of my
never got a chance to
matchups.
use
I
it?
just yeah, never saw it, so
Okay.
it's still a question mark, but we could
Theoretically, yeah, it's probably pretty nice.
theoretically we could try it. If it's ass, I'll let you know. Cosmics, this is kind of for the mirror match and a lot of other decks actually. It came up here and there, nothing crazy. I didn't hit the island against the mirror match. I didn't have a mirror match, but um it was okay. It was okay. It was never a dead card. Um Enemy controller, I thought this was a pretty flex spot, another kind of board breaker in a way. If they set up any kind of board that's decent, um, they'll try to, negate your Ponix or stop the Garunix if you get that into rotation, or hell, even the Maximus. And at that point, you might as well just, you know, tribute it because it's gonna go away anyways,
Hmm.
and take one of their monsters and link away with it, which is very nice. Um, So that's the side deck. I put a Dingirsu in here. This could be whatever. I just didn't know what to do last minute.
Harpy's Feather
Uh,
Duster, bro.
yeah, I know. Or Lightning
That's
Storm.
coming in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Extra deck. So do not think this is a typical Fire King extra deck. I don't genuinely use the extra deck that much. Like the only time you do it is the power plays, which is all you need. Um, the Millennium Eyes is for the instant fusion. It insulates you from Droll or Ash. Those two cards pretty much are the only ones that hit this deck that well. Don't play into Nib. I uh don't play into Ghost Bells or Crows or Imperms, whatever. It's not a big deal. So that was there. Didn't come up in too much, but I did use it for going second, which also was great because they had to deal with something. You force something out for the cost of 1,000 life points. That's a no-brainer. The Entis, standard. It's a great card, especially with the Nadir package. The Super Poly targets, the Mud Dragon, the Garura, and the other God card. Oh, oops, timed out. Shit,
Time out, bro.
crap. How do I go back?
No more Fire Kings.
No.
Now you gotta
Let's
run
see. Now we
Alien.
gotta go. Now we gotta go back. Skip this trash intro. Let's go. Let's go duel. That's my fault. Yeah. Okay. I saved it. Good. Um, so the Starving Venom is insane. Super Poly Starving Venom. I
Big
mean, I'll tell
fungus.
you, it stole me games, like complete blowouts. And I'll tell you the one game that was insane. And these two cards single-handedly won me that game three.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Titaniclad. This is to search the Fleur-de-Lis. Typhon, obvious. I play the Link Karibo, the Anima, the Bucephalus II. This is my Tri Brigade lineup. Shureg, Bucephalus II, and Fairjeet. And the two cards that, I sometimes go into when I don't have the Nadir play and I
Lockout,
have
yeah.
everything I want. I draw two and have a couple monsters on board, have the Kieran in hand, bunch of hand traps, and maybe a super poly set. And good luck. I mean, if you can break that and OTK,
Yeah.
you deserve to win, dude.
Yep. Yep.
Which that didn't happen. So that's good. The typical line you go into, right? So you need to see your Ponix as soon as possible. So if you don't hard draw it and you got the Nadir Servant, you activate Nadir Servant, you send always Bucephalus the second. I love saying the second, like it's hilarious.
Where's the first?
Yeah, what? So you send him to search your Maximus. And even if you hard draw the Fleur-de-Lis, this works. It's amazing. And Fleur-de-Lis was never a dead card in my hand. It was always a body, hand trap body. Never got OTK'd. 25 beat stick, attack, defense. And you
No,
can
it's a
add
good
it.
card.
It's a great card. Great card. So it's not even a brick. So what you do is send that, search the Maximus. He lets you send another one. You send the Fair G, so you send it. That lets you draw a card and put a card at the bottom of the deck. So if you hard drew the Fleur-de-Lis, it's literally a free draw because you search her at the end phase with Titaniclad when you activate Maximus effect. So when you do Maximus, you summon it, you send Titaniclad, and you send Shureg. Shureg gets you the Ponix. Titaniclad gets you a Monster Negate, pretty much.
That's broken.
It's crazy, dude. And people like look at it, they're like, "Oh, this sucks."
Yeah, you're playing a $20 engine.
Yeah.
You're
No,
a
it's
loser.
It's like 5, dude. But
Yeah, $5 engine.
the Tri Brigade build too, like people swear on it, and I'm like, dude, you gotta like cut so much space for what? Like they don't.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. It
like
has no space for non-engine. So
literally.
you lose pretty hard.
And what do you
Just random
make?
stuff.
Like what? Okay, great. You do Fire Brigade stuff, Fire King stuff. You die to Droll, kind of like me. Not really. If
Yeah.
I start with the island, I don't die to Droll at all. So
Yeah.
and I have hand traps. You don't. So this is way better. Whoever tells you to run the Tri Brigade build, do not. Like we've tested this. It's not that good. Um, the So that's your go-to line. So typically your end board is so lackadaisical
Think we kind of went into the game too, like a
that like people just look at you and think that you bricked, and then you win. So typical end board is Ponix is popped in your grave, Garunix is on field with a Barong in grave, a Sanctuary Island on field, and let's say maybe an Imperm set or a Super Poly, depending on what you drew, and your other cards in hand are you literally at the start of their standby phase next turn, you have like 6 cards in your hand. It's sometimes 7.
Follow up for days.
And those are hand traps. So not only do they have to like play through your board, try to OTK, they have to play through your hand traps, XYZing into eternity, blowing up the field. I mean, honestly, if they can play through all that and OTK, and also another thing is typically a Fenrir on board. So that's another thing that it's so like oppressive but not oppressive. It's just like breathe and banish face down, and
Yeah, it doesn't look as bad as it is.
right. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing. And so people look at you and they're like, oh, this guy sucks. And then you just like you just crack back, dude, and you super poly their board and they're like, oh fuck. And then you go back to your turn and you just go off. I mean, you could OTK with this. No, not many people even realize, they totally forget the Garunix attack boost. They'll put like a big monster, I think it was Sprite, the gigantic Sprite or something. I'm just like, swing, and they're like, he's 34 or whatever. I'm like, yeah, this dude's 39. Like, see ya. So amazing.
Actually.
And so that's that. Typhon came up a lot. Like, I know people hate this card. They're like, if I'm going into it, I'm already losing. No, you're not. Like, how are you losing, bro? This card is great. Like, it's so good. So that's kind of the deck profile. I don't want to keep going, too much. If I want to let you do your questions or whatnot, but I went 3-0-1. So Do you want me to get
Undefeated.
into? Yeah, undefeated. You want me to get into matchups maybe real quick?
Yeah, go through your
Yeah.
matchups. Just you don't have to
So
go too in depth. Just be like,
sure.
played this.
Yep.
This was the result, like games wise, and then this is kind of like something I saw real quick. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be too much.
Yeah. So game one, 2-0'd, our buddy,
The
our
puncher
buddy,
bag.
our buddy Andre, the punching bag, for the fifth time. So game one was PK Horus Adventure, 2-0. Game two, branded, pure branded, which I was, hey, dude, I was super happy to see. Decent player, just like you're like you're a really, really good branded player. I think if he was like maybe your level, I would have struggled a little bit. Uh, but I 2-0'd that as well. He did run, it was a tough game, but it was good. It went to time towards the end, won that. Game three, match three was insane. Like this was the last two matches were crazy. So I played a Fire King Vanadium build. Yeah, dude. I don't understand, but what happened
Where's the
game
synergy?
I don't know. Game one, I think I won game one with Droll, and then just he's scooped, I believe. Game two, no, I apologize. I lost game one. I lost because I'm an idiot because I misplayed, and I suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. I didn't realize I didn't crow his visas, and unfortunately he literally somehow cleared my board. I didn't have a great board. I didn't crow the visas, which if I did that, I would have won on the crackback easily.
Yeah,
He summoned Astrolot, right? That's the name,
that's
Astrolot.
loud.
Astroloud, and the Garunix, and cleared my board, and dude attacked with 41 and 39. Yeah.
Nice, clean 8,000.
So clean it,
S Tech win.
and I'm just sitting there going like, you fucking idiot. But so I side, and I do a big brain move. This time it worked. I made him go first. Dude drew into just straight going second cards. It was like he just scooped after, and I drew into my engine. He hand trapped me, didn't do much. Came back to my turn. And he just said, "Let's go to game three." Game three, um, I thought he was gonna big brain me, so I sided in, going first cards, and I was right. He made me go first because I felt like he wanted to OTK, and that's exactly what happened. So it's a back and forth, like interruption,
Hey, that's big brain play, bro.
dude. It was
That's a
crazy.
true duelist. You have
Dude,
to have
right
that
here.
mindset. Yeah.
Right here. And he was sorry, I'm looking at this other screen, so my apologies. We kept going back and forth, and we were kind of getting close to time, and it was so close. But he summons, I interrupt him. And we're kind of low on life points, both of us. Well, I'm pretty high, but this is where he takes a bunch down. He summons Astroloud and the Sword Soul water guy that
Long John.
Long Yawn. And I don't even know how he's going into the stuff, but I'm like, okay. And I just put this like defense board: Arvada, Kieran, Garunix, Barong, and a Onyx, I want to say, or a Maximus, or no, Nibiru. So this was playing through Nibiru, like it was solid. But I'm like, I feel safe. He attacks a bunch. I used up all the effects, so I was like, oh crap. I don't think he could game. So he doesn't game, but he has a good board. I mean, it's tough, and there's not much time, and he cleared most of it, to be honest with you. I end phase, passes to me. I stand by face, search Barong, make the dumbest misplay ever. I search a Garunix from deck, not realizing that he already destroyed two of my islands in previous turns. And I'm like, oh my god, I just lost this because if I searched a Kieran, I had a Onyx on board that was left, and I could have, then the Garunix pops off in the grave. So I'm just sitting there. I was like, I can't believe I lost this. Then my big brain just starts working because I'm so smart. I drew into Super Poly. I'm like, how do I out this board? I have a nib,
Part
a
of the cards.
Ponix, drawn to Super Poly. I have a dead Sanctuary in hand or something. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I think I see it. So I link away the Ponix into a Link Karibo, activate Super Poly, fuse my Link Karibo with his Astrolaud, go into Starving Venom. Like this card was just came up all the time. Just like here, take my monster away. And this dude, I had the option of doing the effect to take his long yawn or whatever attack and maybe swing for game, but I think he had a set card or something where I was like, I don't know if I should be like, activating monster effects or something. Maybe I play this even safer. I have a Nibiru, so I just plop on a Typhon on the Nibiru, send shuffle back in the deck and shoot for game, and he's just sitting there like,
I
yeah,
lose.
that's game. And I was like, oh my God, that was crazy. You think you misplay, and I'm like, I suck. I can't believe I fucked up. And then you just win. It was like this most satisfying game. Match four, we were both 3-0. You played Runic Sprite for hire. Have no clue how to stop that deck. No clue. Somehow I get a dub like game two, just stopping him, and he's like, okay, let's go to game three. Go to game three. We have a decent amount of time. It's a grind fest. He doesn't have a battle phase, so I'm just kind of like playing super. I don't know what many of them do. So I'm playing super like casual, I'm just like, okay, cool, like do whatever. He was banishing a bunch of my cards. Somehow did not hit a single Garunix or Kieran. Like he banished like 15 cards out of my deck. It was insane. And it ended up being a grind fest. I did some damage to him. He was at 5,200. I put up this board again, just monsters, because I knew he was trying to go for the win because there was no time, and he didn't activate any runic cards. I finally got rid of his fountain, which was so annoying. And then he like enters battle phase, attacks with what he could, like what he had. He had an Underworld Goddess and something else, and we do the life point count, and literally it's 52-52, and he's in battle phase and he has no burner. So we're just sitting there, and everybody around's like, there's no fucking way, dude. There's no way. So it ends up being a tie. I won on the record. Whatever.
Nice.
Tiebreaker.
Nice.
So
Tiebreakers, yeah.
tiebreakers. Got first place. Got myself a new deck box. So yeah, I'm moving,
Hey.
moving up, baby. Let's go. So yeah, I'm super happy with the deck. Maybe a couple tweaks I'll try next time, but do not sleep on the Dogmatica engine. You don't need to win more, bro. Just play the Fire Kings and a couple extra deck cards and the Dogmaticas and the Super Polys. You literally don't need to just win like, here's this combo and I win. It's like, just take it easy. You'll out resource them for the most part. And
Yeah, it's a whole different mindset.
literally, yeah.
People think like, here Konami made this mid-range deck that's pretty sweet, $30. Some people are like, oh man, I can't play the deck because I need a $900 to play it. Like, no man, you can play it. You can play it pretty good. You just have to have a different mindset. But
Yeah, there
Yu-Gi-Oh
was a guy.
players-
There was a guy playing the Wanted engine, the whatever.
Yeah,
I think the
scrubbed
dude
out.
went like, I think he went like 1-3, like, and he was not a bad player.
yeah. Imagine paying to go
Like,
1-3, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude. I was just
what are you
like,
doing?
that sucks, dude. But whatever.
So, what
Uh,
made you like pick up Fire King? Like, is it?
Dude, the deck is just awesome looking. I love the way it plays. I played the old school Fire Kings, if you remember. God, I don't even know how long ago. That's just trash.
Yeah,
And when I saw this coming out, I was like, oh, this is so cool.
yeah. And they
I
made it pretty good too. Which
Yeah.
is nice.
I hate that it's meta and tier 1, tier 0, whatever you want to call it. I hate that. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was anything else, but I'm just hoping Kieran or something doesn't get hit.
All right. Did anything in the deck overperform, underperform? Like, what cards were like? You said Super Poly.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Is there anything that you're considering, since we already said Super Poly overperformed? Is there anything that you're really like, okay, I'm gonna take this out, change it for something else, other than
Yeah.
like, Gears 2 or whatever?
Yeah, I'm thinking honestly maybe moving the talent to the side. And like you mentioned earlier, I could run a 41 card deck or Or, throw something else in there. I don't know yet as to what. I play a lot of hand traps, so maybe add 2 crossouts. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
That might be a bad idea. Insulate you from Droll and um, maybe even the mirror match. I think that would also work, right? Like potentially,
I
maybe.
think so.
But I'm just brainstorming here. It
Yeah.
might not be a bad idea to run 2 crossouts and the instant fusion called by, so you have a little bit more of a better percentage of seeing these cards versus your opponent seeing one of 3 of Drolls or the Ashes, because those are the only 2 I care about. So yeah, but other than that, no, I don't think so.
How was the consistency like? Did you see your? I mean, you. So it looks like you have what? 3 nadirs, 3 ponics. That's 6. Um, like the 2 sanctuary, the 2 island, the 1 for 1.
It
Like
could
how did it feel like with the starters? Were you seeing your engine good? Was it?
I was, and then there was definitely times that I wasn't, and I know it's because there's not there's 6, 7 cards that get me to the Ponix, let's say. That is your starter. Um, it's not enough. I do wish I could have more. So what I'm thinking maybe is dropping down the main deck count
Mhm.
that you mentioned, and now I'm thinking that might be a better idea just to see it a little bit more frequently. But to be honest with you, when I didn't see it, I had, I think, 2 games that I like passed on something super mediocre, but the hand traps and the super poly and like the other cards carried. Like, and even if they, could do more, they could not OTK, and then it just took, potentially Heart of the Cards to get to
Yeah.
my engine. But even if not, it stunned them enough. Even a Fenrir could take care of some stuff for
Yep.
you.
Could you do
So
maybe a pot of prosperity, like in some capacity?
I tried that, dude, and it just did not work well.
If you don't
I
draw, like if you don't try to get
Yeah,
the
the
Garuda
prob
draw.
the problem is you I don't know a game that I did not draw. So like you're
Well,
the whole
what do you draw off of usually? You know
you
what I mean?
draw off of the Fairjeet and the Garura, so and the potentially the Heat Soul.
For example, what I'm trying to say is sometimes like you'd rather see the pot of prosperity. I'm just saying, like, I
True.
don't play the deck. I have
The
a
the
deck built up, but like it's like, would it be better to just see one of anything
True.
and be like, oh, this pot maybe for next turn or something like
No,
that? You know
no,
what I mean?
I totally get it. The other issue with the pot is that I forgot to mention is uh, you're just getting rid of your extra deck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge problem. Like, tell me 6 cards you want to get rid of.
You
So
could
either
do
you,
3, bro.
yeah, I guess,
I'm just
but
saying if you're
yeah,
not seeing engine enough, I mean,
yeah,
pot of
that's a good point.
prosperity could
You could
some
do
like
you could potentially do 3 for sure.
yeah.
It's just hard because yeah, you could do 3, but you cannot do 6. Like it just then everything just folds,
Right. Well, I'm thinking like you're going first, like an Entis, if you don't draw instant fusion,
Yeah, yeah.
demise, a
Antis, and then these 2, if I'm not trying to go into them, those could be
right,
easy
if you're not
targets.
drawing,
True,
like, because it
true.
feels like if you just avoid Garura draw, really, that's the main conflict, and that's if like you're missing,
Yeah, no,
consistency pieces.
that's a good point. That's honestly a good point. I could do that, but the typical Yu-Gi-Oh player is like, I need to banish 6 to see 6.
Yeah,
So you're
maximum.
you're right. You're right. That could definitely be possible. Maybe doing 2 versus the 2 talents and seeing how that goes.
Yeah.
That's
Or
definitely
just say
possible.
F it, dude. Put Garunix to 1 and run triple desires. Live on the edge. Ah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
All right.
Yeah,
So like, do you feel you have any bad matchups in the format that you've been going consistently now, and like,
yeah,
other than Branded, obviously best deck.
yeah. Brandon's a bad matchup because of the Nadir Servant. They plus off of your card, which sucks. Um, trying to think. Honestly, it probably is the Brandon matchup. The other time I went, I lost in time to Brandon Chimera, and same kind of issue. We do play into Super Poly decently well, which is not great, and they main deck that card like we do. Um, so it's not. Yeah, I would probably say Branded, to be honest with you, is like kind of the toughest matchup. I'm
Best
sure
deck,
like
bro.
if
That's what I've
I
been saying.
it probably is, and I'm sure like I could Kashtira would be tough just because a shifter or any shifter based deck would be probably tough, but I haven't ran into those, so I don't know. I don't know. Again, you could kind of stop the shifter with this or and obviously that's maybe if we're lucky.
Yeah, if they shotgun
So
it, it's like,
y- y- exactly.
yeah,
So that's only if we're lucky, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so overall, a good performance, man. I'm glad you killed it.
Thank
I
you.
think you
Thank you.
continue to do this. You're a beast. You really like maximized this deck, which I'm really hyped about.
Thanks,
Big
bro.
time proud right here. So
Hell yeah.
hey, I think unless you have anything else you want to add, I'm thinking this is pretty good. A good time to cut it
Yeah, no, dude, best deck, bro. Don't sleep on it.
off.
Don't let just if everybody just took a step back and didn't want like to go hammer time and play the meta, and I get it, it's so like you want to. I guarantee you when Phantom Nightmare comes out and maybe I get my hands on a Populous and Promethean Princess, I can tweak this build up a little bit,
Yeah.
make it maybe a little bit less consistent than the Wanted engine and the Bonfires. But I feel like it could just carry you, dude. Like,
Bro, 3 Ash,
uh,
1 Populous, and like
right,
1 of that Sinful Spoils. I think like that's enough. Like
right,
it gives you
yeah,
a whole additional what, like 4
ex-
starters,
ex-
playmakers, whatever.
exactly. So that's gonna be something I'll be cooking in the future. For now, love it. I'm probably gonna try maybe one more time to take this to locals to see, but I did take it the last 3 times, I believe. Did well every time, but this time got first place, and it was about 18 players, so very good. Um, Thinking of cooking up something interesting too for the next locals, and maybe I'll show that off
If it does
the
well, yeah.
if
Yeah,
it
okay.
does well,
Yeah.
and the people want to see it. So I don't want to, you know, uh, let your fans tell you if they like this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and then maybe I'll showcase that if it does well. But I think a lot of people will be shocked. They'll be like, "How is he playing that deck like that?" Um, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
No, that deck like
I think you know what
think-
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
I think
okay,
that's
alright.
that's a good avenue to take it.
Yeah.
Our brainstorming sessions definitely like, have bore some fruits.
Hell
it's gonna,
yeah, dude.
gonna be
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Definitely gonna bring that to the channel. Well, if it does good or not, you know what I mean? Like even
Sure,
if it's
man.
too, fuck it, we'll be transparent. Still probably something people would be interested in trying to test around and mess around as opposed to playing the probably
Exactly.
the degenerate scummy version. We actually made it pretty sweet
Right.
mystery
Right.
deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys heard the man. If you have any like questions for him, leave them in the comments. If you have any questions for me, if you'd like to see this kind of series continue, me bringing like different people on for deck profiles, kind of explain like more in depth than I can, because this man has been playing Fire Kings consistently, and for me, I have not been. So I feel like the expertise definitely goes to his corner. Why would I, talk too much about a deck that I don't play as often?
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, Fire King best deck, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Second best deck. Let's go.
Second best deck.
Guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me, man. Again,
yeah.
appreciate it.
Bro, shout out to you for coming on. You're a true G. Thanks
yeah.
again. Hope that the subs will appreciate it. If you guys like this type of stuff, please subscribe, like, comment down below if you want to see anything in the future in particular, or if you want to see this mystery deck pop on. It is pretty sweet. It is from the anime. That doesn't give away. Like,
Yeah, you're good.
So, yeah, thanks, guys, again, and I'll see you in the next one.
Take care, Beard.